Hello, you guys, and welcome back to That's My Personal Business. I was going to say happy December, but it's not yet. It's the 28th of November, but it's close enough. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you had an amazing holiday season if you celebrate. If not, I hope you just had a great day off if you're here in the States. But I'm so excited because today we're going to be talking about 2023. And as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, so let me give you a little recap. I'm Eden Strader, and I used to be a destination wedding photographer, and now I'm a full-time educator. And 2022 was my first year doing full-time education, which is wild to think about because it genuinely feels like it's been years, but it hasn't even been a year. My last wedding was in the fall of last year. And so when I started this year being like, okay, this is going to be essentially like my first year of business in a way, because it's the first year of this business being like the entirety of the business. And so I set a really lofty goal for income and what I wanted the business to achieve this year. And I'm so excited because me and my team just did our recap and we've almost hit like all of them. And we're doing our final push for 2022. And so I'm really excited because today we're going to be talking about 2023. We're going to be talking about the tactics and the tricks and the goal setting and the tools that we used in order to hit all of our goals this year. And so we're actually going to dedicate all of December to getting prepped for 2023 because I also firmly believe that December should be a month that you can fairly take off. It's the holiday season. For me, it's my birthday as well. So I'm like, I want to take the month off. I want to have fun. But it's also just such a great time so that you can start the year off strong, know what your goals are, how you're going to work towards them, all of that good stuff. So every single week, every Monday here in December for the remainder of 2022, we are going to be helping you get prepped and have the best 2023 ever, which is very, very exciting. Before we dive into all of that, if you missed Black Friday, we did the most insane Black Friday series ever. We've never done anything like this before, and I'm obsessed with how we executed it, which included like up to like basically 90% off some of our products, which usually we don't even put them on 50% off, but we did also put some products on 50% off, such as the presets, the artificial lighting course if you're a photographer, and calling all brands if you're just a creative, ready to build an intuitive and personal brand that converts your dream clients. And so if you guys missed it, because I know this year is so hectic, today only, the 28th of 2022. This only is going to work for you if you listened on Monday. If not, I'm so sorry. We are going to still give you guys 50% off. The code expires at midnight, but you are going to use code podcast family for 50% off those 3 products. We'll link everything for you in the show notes. So if you missed out, we never do 50% off sales. So you have until tonight at midnight Eastern Standard Time to snag all of that. So let's talk about 2023. Because I think what I like best, let's start here. I think what I like best about how I approached 2022 is that I made sure to do goals a little differently. Like I wanted to set financial goals, but I also just like, I didn't want to only set financial goals and only set numerical goals and only like, I didn't want to set goals in the traditional manner. And I also didn't want to just set goals and have them sit in front of me for the entirety of the year and then just hope that they happened. And so I did things quite differently this year so that I could make sure that I set myself up for success. And so those are the things we're going to be going through during the month. But today specifically, we are going to start at the top, right? Like where to even begin when it comes to getting ready for 2023. The whole series is going to go into details, but today I want to talk about setting goals for 2023 and identifying how we need to scale your business. Like what in the business right now is kind of struggling that we need to focus on, because a lot of times when people are like, oh, I want to scale, I want to earn more money, I want to do this, this, and this, they like assume it's either their pricing or they assume they just need to market harder. And that might not be the case. And so we're going to break down how to know what you need to focus on within your business in order to scale. So let's start first with goals for 2023. One of the things that I did differently this year that I was obsessed with is that I made myself set a personal goal, a numerical goal, and a financial goal. The personal goals, I did multiple under each thing, but for the sake of this podcast episode, we'll just say one. The personal goal was obviously something personal that I wanted to achieve, and not in a like, I want to go to the gym 5 times a week, blah, 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 blah. Like I really wanted to sit with myself and be like, okay, yes, I want to get specific about what I want to achieve this year, but I also want to give myself space to like know that life gets crazy. I might not be able to go to the gym 5 times a week. So like, do I want to move my body every day? Do I want to go to therapy this many times a month? Do I want to push myself to experiencing a new country or new book like this many times? It was really important to me to set goals that were specific enough to focus on, but also had enough flexibility that it wasn't going to be like such a bummer if I didn't make it to the gym 5 times a week, which I know is like the ultimate example of like goals that just never get accomplished. But that was one, is the personal goal. 2 is the numerical goal. I really wanted to set a numerical goal to push myself to grow my platforms, but in a way where it wasn't related to money, because I think a lot of times we can blend those two. And so I made a goal that I was going to grow my email list to a certain size and grow my TikToks to a certain size. And I didn't want those to be related to money. I just wanted it to be like a, how can I push myself to reach more people? So that was a numerical goal for me. Also, I want to go back to personal goals real quick. Set a personal goal on how many days or like what time period amount of time you want to take off during the year. Please, please, please make that one of your personal goals. I cannot stress that enough. Then I also set a financial goal. Obviously, I think this is incredibly important when you're your own business owner or you're self-employed or you're an entrepreneur or whatever. I wanted to set a financial goal, and it was really important to me that like it was something that was attainable, but also something I was going to have to like really push myself to not only work hard, but to push myself out of the box for. And to have this hefty financial goal alongside like, I want to take this much time off, I want to travel this much. It definitely was one of those things where I was like, hey, yeah, like I'm not setting this financial goal in a way that's like, I need to work more. It's that I'm going to have to work smarter. And that's been one of the most rewarding things. Like me and my team just got off of our meeting, is I was like, we've nearly hit this financial goal that I honestly like, I knew we could do it, but it was a stretch. And I still took off like most of the summer. The first half of the year, to be honest, I didn't work that much. And so it was just really, really cool to be like, holy shit, like we did this and we didn't have to like sell our souls in order to hit this financial goal. It was so, so cool. So once you've set those 3 goals, I want you to, I hope you've pulled out your journal. I hope you're journaling this out. Once you've set those 3 goals, I then want you to look at your year and I want you to pencil in and break down as many things as possible. So let's say it's your personal goal. I want you to break down what that's going to look like in practice for you. Does that mean that you need to set aside 3 days a week where there's a 2-hour block that you spend doing personal time? Is it that you know which week it is that you want to take off for vacation and you need to put that in your calendar right now? Is it that you want to take off every Wednesday, no matter what? Okay, great. Log into your calendar right now and block it off. Like it is a non-negotiable, it's blocked off. Maybe it's that you want to read a book or, go to therapy so many times. Make that your lock screen. Make that something where a reminder goes off on your phone every day. But I don't want you to just set these goals and then look at them. I want you to set these goals and then give yourself an actionable way to make them happen. If it's that you want to read so-and-so amount of books every year, make it so that you log into your calendar and you set aside an hour every day where you just read, and it is a calendar event that you have to honor. I want you to hold yourself accountable for reaching these goals in the way that you would honor a client meeting. Let's talk about numerical goals. Break down, like, if I wanted to hit this numerical goal, what would need to happen? What do I need to do in order to do this? Do I need to launch a new freebie? Do I need to make this much content for TikTok a week? Do I need to make sure I do this, or this? What exactly needs to be done in order to hit that goal? And then for your financial goal, and to be fair, all of these ways to break this down they're all applicable to each of the 3 types of goals, but with financial, it's easiest to do this. And this is what I love doing with my clients, with myself, is I want you to look at this financial goal and like let's say it's 100K. I want to be 100% gay this year. That is one of my goals. Also for people listening, I am actually gay. That was not, anyway, me just trying not to like get canceled and be politically correct. I am actually a homosexual. But I want you to, let's say it's 100K. I want you to then break it down, right? That is, I think it's like $8,200 a month. That is, $2,100 a week. That is, I want to say it's like 293 or something off the top of my head, dollars a day. I want you to look at that list. And then I want you to look at your packages, your products, your services, everything that you have that earns you money. Look at your personal goals and think like, okay, how much time do I want to take off? How many weddings do I want to book a year? And now we're going to blend all those things together. If we want to make $100K, we want to make $8,000 a month. Okay, let's say our average package is $2,500. That means that we need to book 4 of those a month. If we need to book 4 of those a month, we probably should post about them at least once a week, right? And so I want you to take a look at this financial goal and break it down. And this is my favorite thing that we did at the beginning of the year is me and my team, we went in, we set the financial goal, and then we listed out every product and service we had. And we were like, okay, in order to meet this financial goal, this is how much we would need to sell in like one-on-one coaching offers. And I know I only want to take this many because that's all I can emotionally take in order to serve my clients best. Okay, great. That's how much money this would earn. That means that we have this much remaining. How much money do we need to make in passive income then? Because that's the only other option in order to fill that. Okay, perfect. We need to make this amount. Now let's look at that amount and be like, okay, how many of each product would we need to sell in order to hit that remainder? Okay, great. Now that we know that, how can we, how often do we need to talk about these courses? When do we need to open doors on them? I want you to get really, really specific because I think this is where so many people fall short with their goals and prepping for 2023, prepping for the new year, or maybe it's just you're making goals in general. People set these goals and they either think that looking at them every day is going to help them achieve it, which I mean, it's going to help your mindset, or they think they're going to manifest it, right? And it's going to get handed to them. You need to get really specific on exactly how you're going to execute each of the steps in order to hit these goals, and then expect the universe to match you with that energy, right? I truly believe that everything that we want in our life is attainable, both with manifestation and action. I do not think it's one or the other. We have to have good energy around it, and we have to have a good work ethic. And so if you're able to look at these goals that you've set, break them down and be like, okay, how would one achieve these goals? And how can I give myself actionable steps that I'm responsible for? Whether that responsibility is held by like seeing an event in your calendar, or maybe it's that you tell your friend or family or spouse or whoever, like, hey, just so you know, every week I'm going to do this. And I would love for you to hold me accountable for that. Or every day I'm going to do this. I would love for you to hold me accountable for that, right? So I want you to pause this episode if you haven't been writing this out already, and I want you to start there. I want you to set that personal goal, that numerical goal, and that financial goal, and then I want you to break them down into steps, okay? Pause. Boop, bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay, if you're hearing this part, I'm going to assume that you did what I said, I hope. Unless you're driving, you can keep listening. But I hope you come back and you journal this out later. Now that you've done that, I'm going to assume that you want to make more money this year than you did last year. That's usually how people feel about their finances and income. And whenever I talk to people about wanting to scale their business, they're like, I need to reach more people. I need to go viral. I need to market harder, blah, 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 blah. That might be true. Let me be real. That might be true. However, it might not. There are 3 facets of your business that can help you scale, and I want to help you identify which one that you need to focus on. So you either need to work on branding, you need to work on your back-end systems, or you need to work on your strategy. And so let me kind of show you almost like the symptoms. That's what I want to talk through, is the symptoms that this is what you're struggling with in your business. So let's talk about branding, right? This can be branding, soul, however you want to talk about it. What branding is, what the soul is it's your why. It's what helps you stand out from the competition. It's how you work with your ideal clients. It's why they need to work with you and not anyone else. Regardless of pricing, they're not going to give a fuck how much you charge because they know they can only get their experience, product, whatever from you. So if right now you are not working with your dream clients, you are not earning the money that you think your products are worth, right? Like let's say you're having to like outbid other people, or you're having to lower your pricing because there's other people in the market doing something similar. Your clients don't really seem to be happy. It seems like expectations are maybe a little bit off. There's something wrong with your branding and the alignment of who you are as an artist, who you are as an entrepreneur, who you are as a business owner, and what you're putting out there. Something is out of alignment there. And those are the symptoms of it. If your clients aren't having a good time, you're not having a good time. You find yourself often being like, I just have to I can't raise my prices because there's someone else that can do it. Or I keep losing clients to another person, or I don't get why I'm not working with my dream clients. They just don't seem to be that aligned. there's something wrong with your branding. Something's out of alignment there. And so that's a sign that you need to take a step back and you need to look at who you are. You need to look at the human that you are, the things that you bring to the table, who you are as an artist, right? We have millions of episodes, resources. We have a branding freebie for you. We'll link all of that in the show notes if that's sounding like maybe what you need to do. Because if you want to raise your prices, you want to earn more, work less, you need to show your clientele, your ideal clientele, why you are the service provider, why you are the business for them, and money doesn't even matter. You need to show them exactly why they can't find anyone else like you. There's no other photographer like you, no other wedding planner like you, no other florist like you, no other small shop, boutique, shoe designer, I don't know, whatever you are. You need to show them why there's no one else like you and they need to hire you, because if they can't hire anyone else to get the same product, service, experience as you provide, they're going to pay you whatever it takes. So if you resonate with any of those issues, you find yourself saying those things a lot, something's up with branding. Let's start there. Let's work on that so that you can start raising your prices and working less. Yay. We love more free time. We love more alignment, right? Okay. Now let's talk about systems. If systems are an issue within your business, you're probably finding yourself being like, there's not enough time in the day. I cannot stay on top of my to-do list. I feel like my clients are emailing me and being like, hey, what next? I feel like I'm answering the same question over and over and over again. I feel like I'm just waking up every day and posting on Instagram and I like literally don't know what to do. I don't know what's coming next. I don't know what the long-term plan is. That means there's something wrong with your systems. You should be able to take a step back from your business and know what happens every day, every week, every month. You should be able to say like, hey, my product, my clients, like from discovery to paying their invoice, final delivery, here's every single step they take. For my marketing, like here's every way that an audience member goes through from discovery to final sale. You should be able to look at literally every facet of your business, everything that moves, everything that progresses, and have a very clear layout, workflow. There should never be like a what now question. If you're asking, like in an ideal business, rather than, what do I do next? It should be like, oh, cool, I finished everything I need to do and I get to clock out now and go have brunch with my friends. Like that's how my business works. I can literally look at my systems and my workflows and be like, oh, cool, I actually have everything done that I need to for this week even. Let me clock out, right? That's how I was able to take off almost a month in July and just go travel around Europe, is I had so many systems in my business that I was able to sit down, batch them out in advance so that the systems could just run themselves while I was out of town. Same with August. I took a lot of August off and it was just because I was like, oh, cool, this is how the systems work in my business. Let me prep everything in advance for them so that they can just run themselves on their own. I know exactly what needs to be done step by step in my business. So let me just get ahead of them. We'll automate them. They're good to go, right? That's when you need to work on systems. If you are not sure what's coming next for you, your clients, your marketing, your taxes, I don't know. If you just don't know what's coming next in your business, something's wrong with your systems. And there's also, if you find yourself repeating things a lot in your business, like let's say you are sending the same email repeatedly, you're answering the same questions repeatedly, every client's doing the same thing, but you're having to do individual emails, tasks, whatever for each client. Something's going on with the systems. Those are the symptoms we're looking for. Let's work on your systems. Let's clean them up. Let's automate as much as possible, right? You guys know I love talking about how repetition is an opportunity for automation. If you're experiencing things like I just talked about, some systems are what we need to work on in 2023. Okay, let's talk about the third, right? Is strategy your problem? So if you need to work on strategy in 2023, the symptoms that you're probably experiencing in your business are things like your clients aren't finding you. You're literally not getting inquiries in the first place. No one's viewing your stuff. You feel like you are overproducing content. You're constantly working on content and yet nothing is sticking. You feel like you're having to throw spaghetti at the wall in order for people to even see your work, see your business. And you're like, what is going on? Like everything I'm doing feels like it doesn't even have a purpose because it's not doing anything. That means that there is a problem with your strategy within your business. We see strategy show up a lot in marketing. So like when people are like, oh, I want to scale my business, I need to market more. Probably not. You actually probably don't need to market more. You probably just need to market better. And that means there's an issue with strategy. If you are doing a lot of the same thing over and over and it's not working. That's like another thing is I have talked to people where they're like, it's just my Instagram is not doing well. My TikTok isn't doing well. I just need to do more. And it's like, you don't need to do more of something that isn't working. You actually need to do it differently. So if we can tell that our content isn't performing, it's experimentation time. It's play around time. It's no expectations time. Let's try a bunch of different things. Let's be okay with failing. Let's be okay with succeeding. And let's see what we can do to then build strategy around. We want to see what's going to work and what's not. If we have no idea, let's experiment. Let's throw new spaghetti at the wall, different types, different brands, different whatever, see what actually works and is being received. And then we can build strategy around that. But strategy is what you need to work on if your marketing efforts aren't going anywhere. If you are only posting on Instagram every day and you're just posting a pretty photo and just hoping that you start selling things, you're not going to. I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but also the good news is you can fix it. You can fix it with strategy. So you need to work on one of those three things in order to move your business forward to scale it in 2023. And so I really want you to look at your goals. I want you to sit with how your business has been operating this year in 2022 and be like, okay, which of those symptoms am I experiencing and like, how can I work on them? How can I fix them? Do I need to focus on branding and soul? Do I need to work on systems? Do I need to work on strategy? Do I need to work on all of them? You might. That's okay. That's totally fine. Fun fact, we have a course on that, system, strategy, and soul. But all sales and jokes aside, you should just focus on one thing at a time within your business. And I promise you, there's a really good chance that yes, you do need to work on your strategy and your marketing efforts, but there's a really good chance that that's actually not even the issue in the first place. And if you look at these symptoms, right, it's like when you get sick and you're like, oh, I have a fever and a sore throat and runny nose, probably should go get COVID tested, right? It's like if you were like, oh, I've lost my smell and taste. Okay, let's go get a test, right? Your business is also going to show you symptoms. Treat it accordingly. Work on the things that are going to help it, right? If I have COVID, it's not actually helpful for me to just go take a bunch of vitamin C and like hope for the best and like not get tested. I need to actually go get tested. I can maybe get some antibodies. I'm going to get the vaccine, all of that good stuff. So look at the symptoms and then we can start focusing on a solution. Look at those goals, break them down into actionable steps. I am so excited for December with you guys. This series is going to be so cool. And in case you didn't piece this together already, how the series is going to go is we are going to work through branding, systems, and strategy so that whether you are struggling with one of those things, all of those things, you're going to have a game plan on how to work on your business and how to work on each of those individual things so that you can kick off 2023 in the best way possible. So thank you guys for being here. I'm so excited for us to do this month together. As a reminder, you have until midnight tonight to get the 50% off Black Friday extension. If you are thinking about kicking off 2023 and having it legitimately be the best year of your life, and you're just like, I'm done messing around, I'm so dedicated to making this the most incredible year yet, applications for our Becoming in-person retreat are closing in like 2 weeks. So if you have been thinking about the idea of making 2023 the year that changes it all, I would love to hang out with you in person and completely map out your entire business and to-do list for 2023 and execute how we're going to meet your dreams. So I love you guys. I mean it. And I will see you next time.